All right, what's up, traders? I got a brand new series here coming at you right now. I know I've said in the past that this channel is not made for beginners, and that's going to hold true. But there are so many of you that are coming into the channel and you like what you see, you're watching the streams, you see value in what I have to teach, and you want to actually get that beginner content starting right here, right now from me. And unfortunately, I'm not going to go into all of these other videos where you're going to teach, I'm going to teach you all of the very core basic stuff. That is everywhere on YouTube. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down the step-by-step process of what I would do, knowing what I know now, in order to become the successful trader that I am, using similar trading strategies, not following all of this big hubbub of useless information. And I'm going to give you that step-by-step process so that you can really streamline your learning process in order to get to where I am as fast as you possibly can. So let's jump right into that right now. So the first thing, guys, that you're going to need to do is you're going to have to actually learn what Forex is. And I'm not going to teach you all this stuff right now. Go on to babypips.com, go watch a YouTube video. What is Forex? Learn how to actually figure out how to calculate pips. What's a pip? What are the charts? What do they represent? What are the candlesticks? You have to learn all these very basic core stuff. I'm sure there's actually more basic stuff that I'm not even mentioning because it seems so basic in my mind that I can't even really think of it. So please forgive me if there's a few things that I miss, but go through the course on babypips.com there and figure out all the actual very core basics of what Forex is. After you're done that, you're going to then need to know kind of the important timings of Forex, and it's basically brought down into 3 core session times. Because Forex is broken into a global market, right? It's 24/5, where it just doesn't trade on the weekends. We have 3 different major session timings, where we have the New York session, where all the New York banks are trading. We have the London session, and we have the Asia session, right? So what you're going to notice is you're going to see during that Asia session, which is going to depend on the time of where you're around, but essentially it's the time where the Asian market would be trading, the 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. type thing. That's going to be very flat, and it's just going to be kind of rolling along kind of sideways most of the time. This is the time where you're generally not going to want to be trading, guys. You want to be trading, if you're a day trader, of course, in these higher volume times. And I'll say specifically, you want to be trading the London Open, so 8 a.m. London, or the New York Open. These are going to be the very high volume times. Now that you know when to be trading, you can kind of avoid these other times. And the only exception to this is going to be if you're going to be looking for a swing trading style. So that's the next thing that you want to figure out. If you want to be a day trader like I am, you want to be waking up in the morning, placing a couple trades on the New York session like I've just kind of described to you in the morning there, then that's what you're going to have to really pay attention and to watch about these timings of the market. If you don't care about that, if you're more of a trader who's going to have a full-time job, you just want to look at the markets once a day, something like that, that's going to be called swing trading, guys. And then you're going to be able to basically just place a trade whenever you want, and you're not going to really have to worry about the session timings and the volatility as much because you're going to be holding positions for a much longer period of time. Now, the next thing you're going to want to pay attention to is the actual news of the markets. So if you are day trading, again, you're going to be paying attention to major news events. So if you go to forexfactory.com and you look at the calendar here for the week, you look at the calendar, you can look at the week there, and then you go to the filter here, guys, and then you look at the actual major news events. So just the red ones. So I unchecked these other ones so they don't bother me, right? So you're going to see a lot more, but the red ones are going to be those major news events that you're going to want want to not be trading during. So if you see the currency is odd, so you're going to make sure that the odd currency pairs aren't actually in any positions if you're actually day trading during that time, and it's going to tell you in the actual time zone that you're in there, and that's going to be kind of another way that you're going to be able to avoid any major spikes and then get stopped out of positions. The next thing that I'm going to show you here, guys, I'm just going to drag it onto here just so you guys know this is not my personal account. This is an account that I am taking just the signal group trades that I'm running, and we started with 10K 2 weeks ago. We're at about 13K now, about a 30% profit here. But you guys can see the trades here. This is MT4, guys, and I'm going to show you just kind of how I've personally set it up. And if you want to make sure that you have some sort of similar thing, what you can do is you can set up templates, right? So if you change the backgrounds or you find a template that you like online somewhere, you can find these and you can get a white plain background, or you can change to, I have something I'd use pivot points, and it tells me the background here, and it'll show me different things in different calendars. So if we look here, it might look a little bit different on some of the trades, and we can change it around. I just have pivot points there, very plain, and it tells me the calendar there, or the pair right there, something very similar like that. And then you're going to be able to have a very uniform based chart, and you can flip through them looking at different pairs there, and you can use these side windows on the side, the navigation, all this stuff, the navigator. You can use the actual markets and see the pairs there if you wanted. I don't use those. What I use is I've set up pre-defined profiles here. So I put the actual pairs on the bottom here, and then I set them up into those different setups here, the templates, and then I create a profile for each one. So then I can easily switch through, and I can say, okay, Euro USD, I flip to it really quickly, and then I can see the Euro USD. That's personally how I do it. When we're actually going to place trades, guys, you can learn this stuff on your own. You place a new trade, and then you're going to calculate the stops, the take profits, and stuff like this. The next thing that you guys really need to know is how to manage your risk here, guys, and I'm going to show you here. I'm going to pull it right back over here, and we can look to see, let's say we wanted to take a trade, and you're going to be testing it around because obviously you don't really know much yet, but this is the most important thing. Let's say that we wanted to take a trade and we wanted to sell the Euro USD. Go into Trading View, put up Euro USD, and then use this tool here, the position tool. You can find that on the side over here. And let's say we want to use a short position tool. We'll place that right there, and then we'll drag this along to wherever we want. Let's say that this is where we want to leave the trade. And remember, guys, you really need to always define your risk and always have a stop loss. If you guys are trading without a stop loss, or if you're trading with a dollar cost average strategy, which means you're averaging in as it goes against you, you are doing something very wrong. You are not accepting a loser, and you are going to eventually blow your account or take major losses, and this will slowly over time make you lose. So I would honestly, when you're starting out, if you can get a 50% win ratio when you're starting out, this is incredibly good. Incredibly good. I'll say that again. When you're starting out, do not expect more than a 50% win ratio. I would say if you're brand new and you get 40% win ratio with a proper stop, with a longer take profit than your stop, then you are doing extremely well. Do not get your expectations too high, guys. So let's put our take profit there of where we want to exit our trade fully. Maybe we draw a couple lines of where we want to take some profit off the table when we are taking things off of MetaTrader 4. You can look up how to actually take multiple profits in MetaTrader 4. I don't need to teach you all of the jazz. And now that we have this on the table there, we can hover over and we can say, okay, the stop is 0.91% distance away. You can either use a position calculator tool, guys, or what I personally like to do is, let's say we would just want to use our calculator, and let's say that we have $1,000 and we want to risk 2%, guys. What you're going to do, you're going to risk 2%. I don't care what you say. You're going to risk 2%. I'm not going to make any exceptions here. This is what I would do if I'm first starting off with just a $1,000 account. What we do, then we times it by 2%. That's how much we want to risk. $1,000 times 2, and then we're going to divide it by the distance to stop, 0.91. you're going to see a number that looks kind of funky. If we convert this to lots, because currently it's in US dollars, then a lot, if you've already learned this on baby pips, is worth 100,000 US dollars. We divide that by 100,000, right? And you'll see that our bet size should actually be only 0.02 lots, and that's going to allow you to know that if you are wrong, you're only going to lose $20 from that $1,000. This number is going to completely change, and you're going to notice quickly that for every 1,000 is 0.01, so you can do this very, very quickly within 10 seconds essentially of putting it down. It should be very, very simple for you guys. Alright guys, that's essentially everything that I have for you in that first video there. Basically, play around with the charts there, learn the basics, learn how to manage your risk, placing orders, set up your MetaTrader so it's all very intuitive for you, set up everything so it's very nice for you to handle and nice and easy. And just to note, MetaTrader, guys, I don't know if I mentioned this before, is just a program that you're going to be linking to a broker. So every broker has their own MetaTrader app, and you're going to have to sign up with a broker. If you don't have a broker, I have a few recommendations that I've used on my website that you can get under the FAQ. You can guys click on that. The website link is in the description below. And then you can join that broker and then download their MetaTrader 4 app and then set it up under the similar methods as I have done there. It should make it very, very simple. After you've done that, make sure that you are following those risk management methods and start playing around with the charts. The next video, guys, we're going to jump into how to actually start trading properly. Let's get on with it.
Listen.